You just state your boundary calmly that this is what I feel when you do this. Restate once if it's needed. You follow the rule of three. You state it once, she does it again. You state for the second time, and if she does it again for the third time, you just tell her that these are these two specific incidents at which you have done the exact same behavior. If you are not willing to respect my boundary, I'll probably walk away. So if she insults you, leave the conversation. If she creates scenes and dramas, just walk out calmly. Action always teaches better than words. Win through your actions. What this would do is, in any relationship, you hold power when you have this ability to just walk away from certain situations. And don't have this fear that I won't get any partner. There are, for God's sake, 8 billion people on this planet. Even if we reduce the ratio by 50% at an optimal 50-50 of male and female, still there are like 4 billion people. Don't you think that you can just find one more, maybe a more cooler and awesome person? Yo guys, namaskaram. So I thought since I'm continuing the marriage series, it would be a lot more interesting to just go a little bit deeper on boundaries, why men behave the way they do because of their mothers, fathers, what are their relationships and things like that. So in the coming videos, I'll talk a lot in depth as to what are various factors that impact us. Maybe you can find something relatable. If you don't, doesn't matter. So in this video, we'll talk about how men can set proper boundaries in relationship without too much drama. And what exactly is a boundary? Let's go at it on a step by step level. So in India, men are taught to obey, adjust and compromise. But without boundaries, every man eventually becomes a pushover. And when that happens, he becomes frustrated, resentful, and people start taking him for granted. So, how we can present our own being without feeling this sense of guilt, without a lot of unnecessary fights that may happen, or a lot of drama that comes along the way. So, first, let's understand what a boundary is. I'm sure all of you are cricket fans, wherein a boundary basically means an area which it encircles. So, in a similar way, when we talk about boundaries in our own life, it means that we are not controlling someone, we are not being rude towards someone, we are not also being harsh. We are just respectfully saying that this is what I am okay with, this is what I am not. So you just lay clear instructions as to how people can treat you in a circle of sorts. Whenever we want to set boundaries, it's very important we speak in the statements that is personal to us, which basically means I statement, not accusing people like accusations. A lot of relationships, when they go haywire, people say, you always do this, you're like this, you don't give attention. Instead, a correct way to approach the same situation would be, I feel uncomfortable when this specific things happens. I need this for my peace. I feel X, I need X when a certain event happens. This will reduce the drama by close to 80-90% because you're just, for the first time, let's say whenever you're in a relationship, for the first time, you're just taking responsibility and stating clearly that this is what makes me uncomfortable and comfortable, and vice versa. Now, it's very important that whenever we are entering relationships, we just set those boundaries at the very start so that it's pretty clear that what is it that I'm okay with, and also just knowing the boundary of the person in front of us. The reason being that if you avoid boundaries in the beginning, she will get used to a version of you that's weak, that you're not being fully present, you're not presenting your best self, and you're also not being your best self. Later, when you start asserting yourself, she thinks you have changed. Boundary setting must happen right at the start, from the first signs of, let's say, disrespect, or you see signs of over control, or you see people manipulating you. One important thing, always be consistent. Your actions should match your words. Never be a flip flop. A flip flop basically means changing here and there, swaying like a pendulum. You lose respect in your own eyes when you say no, then give in because of her tricks, whatever situations might have happened, or a certain event that might have happened. Then you complain, then you tolerate again. The cycle repeats again and again. Instead, drop and discard all of that. Just be consistent with your word, and this way you'll develop an authority within your own subconscious, within your own being. So, how we can have this set of mindset? I see a lot of people struggle with being consistent in their word. The root of it is because we don't love ourselves. So that is where protecting your time and energy comes in. Boundaries around, let's say, certain work hours. This is my gym time. This is the time for my creative work. This is the solo time that I need for myself. This is my family time. Tell your partner clearly that I need these many specific hours every day for myself. It helps me keep stable and focused and oriented. And this is the only specific time that I'm available. And then you can just work around certain ways. I'm sure respect eventually would happen when you start respecting yourself instead of being the slave. Also, never ever argue. Just state your thing, restate it once, and then just act. What I mean by this, let's take a practical example. Let's say she does something that is not acceptable to you. You just state your boundary calmly that this is what I feel when you do this. Restate once if it's needed. Refollow the rule of three. You state it once, she does it again. You state for the second time, and if she does it again for the third time, you just tell her that these are these two specific incidents at which you have done the exact same behavior. If you are not willing to respect my boundary, I'll probably walk away. So if she insults you, leave the conversation. If she creates scenes and dramas, just walk out calmly. Action always teaches better than words. Win through your actions. What this would do is, in any relationship, you hold power when you have this ability to just walk away from certain situations. And don't have this fear that I won't get any partner. There are, for God's sake, 8 billion people on this planet. Even if we reduce the ratio by 50% at an optimal 50-50 of male and female, still there are like 4 billion people. Don't you think that you can just find one more, maybe a more cooler and awesome person? Because the most important thing is that you live with self-respect within your own being. In your own eyes, you live like this person who just respects his word. One more issue that is very predominant in relationships, or to be turning into marriages, is the interference of family. How we can address it is, I love you, but I make my own decisions. I don't appreciate if someone else is speaking through you. I listen, but I won't obey blindly. So this just sets the right tone that I'm not dating your family. I'm just dating you as a person, you as an individual being. This one line just ends a lot of manipulation wherein you calmly state your POV, your point of view. In finances, I think it's best to just not have any surprise expenses, not any lifestyle pressure that we have to just adhere to a certain lifestyle, live with the bare minimum. No guilt manipulation, cheap tactics, no comparing incomes. A lot of partners do that my ex used to earn this much, he's earning this much. If such things happen, just walk away. One more important thing is just not, if you genuinely love your partner, there should not be any secrets happening on the financial end that you invested in so and so scammy schemes and things like that. Speak openly, truthfully, logically, and without fear. This is who I am, just on the face. And I think this all can also ripple then down to setting proper emotional boundaries. That sometimes I understand that there are like a lot of turmoils and emotions. Let's say if your partner feels an emotion, you can just be with her till a point, but at the end, please understand that they are like her emotions. Basically, what that means, it's her responsibility to fix it. It's not your bloody goddamn responsibility to fix things all the time. You can say, I support you, I'll be with you, and all of that, but I cannot absorb everything that you throw at me. Let's just solve this together, having a problem solving attitude. Because what happens usually in conflicts is, let's say there are 3 layers. There's an emotional ball being thrown at you, you throw something back, and then this to and fro kind of escalates a lot. It's better to just separate the emotion and bring it back to a logical frame of mind. That way, it just helps you to not resent your partner in the long term. And trust me, if you feel that these standards are absurd, like no standard is absurd as long as it makes sense to you. There's always someone who can just be happy with the standards that you have, and vice versa. There's like an abundance of people, so live with that mindset. No girl, for that matter, should be your queen, or you shouldn't be the king of any girl for that matter, because then this just leads to a lot of expectations on an unconscious level. It's just better to keep things grounded and genuinely love the authentic beings that you are. We have this assertion, we have this mindset that, like, boundaries break relationships. If I assert myself, if I just state calmly what my things are, she would leave me and all of that. If you have this fear, it's better she leaves you, because you'll save a lot of time, both of yours and hers. But a boundary in general just protects you. That's most important, and also protects the long-term relationship. A man with clear boundary becomes a man with a presence of sorts. There's a certain sort of calmness, and you respect your own self. That's more important, and then that respect is elucidated in the outer world. So these were like my 2 to 3 cents on boundaries. Let me know what you feel about this video. This is quite an interesting series. It just helps one to get some perspective, think through certain things, and just relate a lot of factors. So anyhow, this is Debashish Pindra from Debu Ki Dastak. You write in the comment section how much work you have done, what limitations you have broken. I'll catch you in the next video. Stay awesome. Cheers.